Welcome back to another episode of Lani's Lore. I'm Lani. This is my co-host Mike. Also, all the titles: best friend, coworker, BFF, gym partner, trainer,
All of the things.
uncle.
Yeah, the babies.
Got quite a bit of titles. PhD. Putting up with my bullshit.
This week it was kind of definitely both ways. We were putting up with both of our shit this week.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad week though. It was my first full first day at the gym.
Yep.
Full first day, full first week.
Yeah.
That was interesting because I'm not the only new hire. We got like 2 other new hires too. So
Yeah.
I'm not the only rookie. Yeah. But I'm also wearing my new hoodie that Mike got me for my birthday. It's my pre-birthday present because we are now fully immersed in Aries season. He got a new shirt too. He ordered a shirt. He had 2 shirts.
Yeah.
Pump covers.
Solo leveling and I got a Gengar.
Yeah, he like put it on. And he goes, "Okay, so can we go to the gym now?"
Okay, let's go lift.
That's such a gym bro thing because I do that thing too. I got new leggings. Let's go work out.
Let's go work out.
I got new gear.
And it's form fitting too. I can even tell my traps are popping, my chest is coming out. It's form fitting. I like it.
I didn't know that the term gear meant roids, by the way, until recently.
Gear. Yeah, that's what. I know I've said that to you recently, but I'm pretty sure you took the term gear as in like
I thought it meant
gym
yes.
stuff.
Like I was like,
I just
yeah,
took
like
gym stuff,
straps
but-
and like a belt and like like leggings and gym gear, right? And you're like, ma'am, and I'm like, what?
No, gear means steroids.
Yeah. I learn something new every day, you guys.
She's learning.
I was like, oh, no, we don't need that. I was like, that is not the kind of gear I was talking about. But it also goes all the way back to cake, okay? So are we surprised by that?
Yeah, not in the slightest. Yeah.
Like, oopsies.
Whoops.
Not the gear I was referring to, but thank you. No, it's been good. I get along with everyone pretty well. Not too much of a fan of a particular person, but like I don't know. That's what I was telling you. I was like, I'll tell you the story.
We'll call him Salad.
Yeah, Mr. Crunch. Mr. Crunch. Yeah.
Yep. She's
He,
had a couple of run-ins with him already.
He I don't okay, so like the reason why I was telling you in the car, like, because I was just like sitting here right now, like divulging. I'm like, how do I want to go about making? Because I was gonna tell you my story about like why I'm empathetic, but then I'm also like have like very minimal patience and tolerance for the situation because of my own experiences. So, I think I've told you before. I've been in ASM before.
Yeah.
Like, so when I was working at Ulta, I worked at Ulta for about 8 years, and there was a good like 2-year stretch where I was doing I was an assistant manager. So how that came about was like when I first like started there and I like worked my way up and stuff like that. A lot of what I needed to so I'd only been there for about 6 months, and then I ended up getting pregante with my oldest. And so because of that,
This is gonna be bad. It just had a rain too, but go ahead.
just like screams into the microphone. Like,
Oh, sorry, it was a yawn.
anyways, I had just gotten pregnant with my oldest, and so I was working on commission at the salon. So like commission was kind of like a sliding scale, and so because of that, my paychecks were never like, it was never like a base pay. It was like some weeks I'd make $300, and some weeks I'd make like, $2,000. So it kind of just like depended on what my week looked like. Well, I needed more consistent money because what the issue was, I need more consistency, or I needed benefits one or the other, because I was on state benefits because I had like gotten pregnant, a single mom, all that kind of stuff. And so I kept getting kicked off benefits left and right. So like sometimes I'd have health insurance and sometimes I wouldn't. And then being pregnant, it's like, okay, well, I can't live like that,
Yeah.
knowing that like I don't know if I'm gonna have medical insurance next month or not, because depending on how much my paycheck is this month may affect my insurance for next month if I get kicked off Medicaid. So I had talked to my manager at the time, and she was like, "Well, why don't you do the management program?" Because they had I forgot the acronym they had for it, but it was like pretty much like they would train you, and you go in this program. But when you enroll in the program, is you get full time hours being in this management training program, and she's like, that way you will be guaranteed your 40 hours a week, and then you're guaranteed your 40 hours, we can get you benefits. So I said, all right, bet. So that's what we did. So I enrolled in this program, and I was training underneath her, and she was through the it took me I was training underneath her for about a year. And so I was getting full-time bennies, which is great because I had Blue Cross Blue Shield private insurance. I had like dental health, all that stuff that came out of my paycheck. So I was covered in that aspects. Also, I got paid for my maternity leave. So like all good things. And so no, I didn't get paid for my maternity leave yet because I don't think I'd been there long enough, so they wouldn't pay out. I think you had to be working there for like a full year before they paid out maternity. I got paid my second pregnancy for my maternity leave. My first one I didn't. But anyways, so that's how I got into the program. We're missing the substance of the story. So I got into that program and I was working, and then I was doing pretty much essentially management work because she decided that she wasn't going to tell anyone that she wanted to go out for a higher position. She was going to become a DM, so a district manager. And she kind of just went out there, licked a bunch of butts, and became She did. It was like super fucking fake. And then it was a lot of like where she had trained me to like run the salon essentially when she wasn't in, because being in a DM position, she traveled a lot, and so I would run the salon when she wasn't in there. So I knew how to do everything, all operations, how to like everything from how to unclog the sinks to how to reset the printer and troubleshoot any computer systems, to customer service issues, to building a schedule, to controlling payroll. So I literally ran the entire salon when she was gone. But upon that, it was constantly like, so say if something happened and like we would get a snowstorm and people would cancel, we get a lot of last minute cancellations. So that would like tank our numbers because people just didn't want to drive in the snow, because I was over on the north side. That's where the location was. And it like would dump over there. But she would turn around and throw me underneath the bus. And she would say, because they would be like, oh, well, your store didn't hit numbers, so what's going on there? And she'd be like, oh, well, that's not me. That's my ASM. And she would throw me underneath the bus. And she would tell me, well, because I didn't have a title. Keep in mind, at this point, I did not have a title. I was literally doing the work for free, essentially, because I didn't have a title. I was just in a training program. So I was like underneath her, underneath this management program. So it was almost like an assistant, I guess you would call it that, because I didn't have the title of an assistant manager. So I didn't have like numbers. I didn't have authority of that, but I did. But then they gave me authority to do everything else, to do the salon orders, to do everything else. But they just didn't give me the title. I wasn't like included in certain aspects of being a manager and all that kind of aspect. So I did that, and then finally, I had told her, because she was like, "Well, I really need to hire an actual ASM," and well, so let me back it up a little bit. Before I had brought that up about like, why don't I have a title? Like, I don't understand. Like, you guys want me to do all this stuff. You want me to take clients behind the chair still, and then you still want me, like, all the other managers have office days. All the other salon managers have a day where they're allowed to be in the office for like, 2-3 hours. And she was like, well, you're not technically a manager, so you don't get office time. And I was like, so you want me to do all the duties that all the other managers do, but I'm not allowed to have office hours because I don't have a title. is crazy to me. So, long story short, we pretty much had a bumping of heads, and I got tired of being thrown underneath the bus constantly. Um, and I decided that I was gonna like part ways with the company because of the things that were being said. Like I was getting time requests off denied, because she was like, "Well, I'm going on vacation, so you can't leave the salon." Well, I'm gonna be traveling, so you can't take vacation during that because someone needs to be here. Well, I'm gonna be. Well, it was always like she put herself first. Wouldn't tell me what times she's taking off, so then I could never plan anything accordingly.
Right.
And my time off was constantly getting denied. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the best place for me. So I decided that I was going to like step back, step down, but things that kind of come to a head, and we were kind of like we had like a dispute, and I ended up like quitting. And then I had emailed the VP and a bunch of other people higher ups and was like, well, this is pretty much what was said. And then HR got involved without getting into too many without getting into too much legal stuff. Like we ended up having like a conference call with like me, her, 'cause she wasn't a DM yet. She was trying to become a DM. So she was like in that program where she was training to be a DM. And then so then our current DM was in there, but just the HR person, a bunch of other people were on this conference call, and I explained to them why like I chose to step down and why I ultimately chose to quit. And they were like, "Well, would you want to be into the program and blah 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 and all this stuff?" And I was like, "No, I mean I don't know." Um, I said I wouldn't want the title kind of thing, and so then like they were like pretty much like, "Well, no, we're not gonna like give you the titles." They said, "All right, we'll just come back as a normal stylist then." And I ended up coming back as just a normal stylist, but it was kind of like the same aspect of like, don't ask me for nothing.
Yep.
Don't ask me for a single thing. I'm here to work my clients and then go home. And so from that aspect, she decided to go look for an ASM, and she hired some girl, young girl, came from like one of those chop shops like Great Clips or Smart Style or something like that. This girl, like, she was there for like a month, and she had like called in multiple times and just finally no call, no showed. And she had like, I guess, like a bunch of like mental stuff going on. I get that, but it's like I was just kind of giggling, like not like a ha ha giggle, but like the irony.
Yep.
Because you hired somebody else because you refused to give me the title, and then I like walked, and then you guys wanted me to come back because I was one of the highest producing stylists. Because I was one of the top producing. I was a master stylist at that point. They didn't have elite yet. But I was a master stylist. I was the highest tier stylist at that location, cranking in numbers consistently. And so you wanted me to come back because all the revenue like disappeared with me. And then what? And then you hire somebody else, give them the title, and then like she's a flake within a month.
Yep.
And then I laughed because they were like, "Oh, I mean," because she was venting to me, and she was like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do, blah blah blah." Like she doesn't, and I was just like, "So you gonna give me the title yet, or what?" Because you're asking me to cover and take care of all these shifts. You're asking me to do all this stuff still, and I told you like I'm not doing it because that's not what I get paid to do. So if you want me to do it, then you're gonna give me the title, and you're gonna give me the pay that compensates with the title.
Yep.
And she did.
Yep.
They did finally. And so I was in ASM for about a year, and it was like it just was a lot of the same bull though, where it was a lot of like micromanaging and a lot of like, you didn't do that right, you didn't do this right, that's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough. And I mean, this is all simultaneously when I was also dealing with the whole situation with my ex, my abusive ex. And so like those nights when he refused to let me go to sleep at night, and he like ripping the covers off me, not letting me sleep, I'm like, bro, I literally have to get up and go to Denver to go to a fucking meeting, and you're over here fucking like playing fucking games, playing mental games with me. It's just like it was all of it was just bad. And so I ended up just like ultimately choosing, after like 2 years of going through all that, on top of the 2 years I was dealing with like my abusive relationship, I just like stepped back from doing that and just was a stylist. And we ultimately did bring on another ASM, but it was somebody that I knew from another location, and so he was actually in the same program as me, and I liked his management style. So like I wasn't like, It wasn't like it wasn't somebody coming in being nefarious because I knew his management
Like
style.
my situation, yeah, fuck that.
Well, this is the correlation to that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, because I understand because I was in that situation before. But part of that dynamic too, when I went from being a stylist to being in the program to then stepping back and then being back officially ASM, is that you have to remember that I had coworkers that were very much like the first time when I first stepped into the ASM role officially. I had because I had, we were all in the salon and we all worked together. We're very close knit, and we would, on the weekends I go out with the girls. We go all downtown and stuff like that. Well, one of the girls, I don't know what we'll call her Tina. I don't know what her fucking problem was. Like we were cool. I mean, like we weren't like best friends, but like we were like she'd go out with the girls and we'd all go out downtown kind of thing. I don't know what her problem was with me because we never had any beef until I became a manager. And a lot of like what part of our duties as a managers, I had to do monthly, what they called empowerment hours. And pretty much an empowerment hour is like I had to touch base with all the stylists and just be like, hey, so these are what your numbers are. Like, what are your goals? Like, how can I help you support you in these goals? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Just making sure that they're on track and I'm being supportive as a manager, and to help them reach their goals and to make sure that also that our company and our store location is also hitting what corporate is setting for us number wise. So it's like that balance of like making corporate happy and then also still making sure that my team is succeeding in the goals that they want. And these are requirement. Like we have to like do them, and then we have to like we had weekly manager meetings every Tuesday. And Tuesday morning they would ask, like they wanted to see the reports, they wanted to see the touch bases, like what are you like, let me see that, because you had to write it on paper, everything you talked about, a little goal sheet, all that stuff you had to show. So if the DM walks in or somebody higher up is like, let me see your empowerment hours, you can, and it's in a folder, and you can show them every month's empowerment hour with every employee, so you can track, are we hitting these goals, are we doing these things, and it's a way to hold people accountable as well. Well, she didn't like that, and she like gave me a lot of pushback, and I was like, I remember going to my manager, my higher up, who she was, like I said, she was in and out of the salon a lot because she was trying to do the DM thing. And then I told her, I was like, I'm getting a lot of pushback, because when I would try to have these conversations with her in these empowerment hours, she like roll her eyes, and I'm like, bro, I don't. I've told her before. I pulled her aside one time. I said, dude, I don't give a fuck. Just humor me in these things. Like I don't care if you don't hit your goals. That's your paycheck, not mine. It doesn't affect me. I go home and pay my bills and I sleep just dandy. Just know that I have to do this though, because this is what is being asked of me. It's not that I don't want to waste my fucking time in my day doing this shit, babysitting you guys. I think that they're stupid. I don't see the point in them either. But this is what corporate is asking of me, is to hold your guys' hand and baby you and talk to you guys like a bunch of fucking children. You're not. You're grown adults. Yeah. You know how the pay works. You know we get paid on commission. And if you don't want to make it money and you don't want to be here, that's on you.
Right.
Yeah. But I also get the whole aspect of like, you want to be supportive and blah, 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 whatever crap they do.
Right.
But like, that's when it became a problem though, where she had told, I guess, my higher up, she was like, well, I don't like that I feel like she's trying to tell me what to do. Well, technically, one, I am your boss. But two, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I just don't understand why you're giving me so much pushback when because she had been doing those with my regular GM before she even became a DM. So like, I don't understand. Like the face is just different. Everything else is the exact same. Yeah. So, but like that whole thing ended up exploding, and like I ran into her one night at one of the bars, and she like mutual I was with went up to the table, and like she had been drinking. My mutual had been drinking, and she like was like, "Oh, I heard you have a problem with Lani, blah blah blah," and I was like, stirring the pot, and I'm just like, bro, why did you go over there? And she's like, well, I just wanted to say something because I know everything, so I'm gonna say something. And then I guess she allegedly turned it around. Tina was like going around telling everybody that I tried to get her jumped by my friend, and I'm like, that's wild, but because that's not what happened. No one screamed at anybody. There was no threats of any kind. Like, I don't know where you're getting that implication that I tried to get you jumped, but that's wild. Long story short, she was supposed to open the salon the next morning. She like just quit, didn't even call, didn't know, no, did not even a phone call, nothing. But so I get the whole aspect of like when you go from being a I don't want to call it a worker, like part of the regular staff, to like to making that jump to management. Um, like how that can be like some growing pains and some difficulties, but at the same time, when I became ASM, I knew that everyone on the team didn't have a problem with me. Everyone, because I went and took the due diligence and said, how does everyone feel if I became the assistant? And everyone as a team was like, yeah, like I think that's a good idea. It makes sense. You're already doing the job anyways, like blah, 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 blah. So that's why I was like, what the fuck? But keep in mind, I was already doing all the duties beforehand and I knew how to do everything within the salon. So with this situation, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the whole correlation of like, I get the position, but at the same time, I severely think that Mr. Crunch is super underqualified and should not be in this role because of my personal experiences. I don't feel like he's the best fit because of like whole comments about like when I was working the other day, he had told me, hey, go over there and punch out on that computer because we're having issues on this one with someone's time card. And I said, okay, bet. I said, well, how do I get to that screen? And so he popped up the punch screen, and then I was like, okay, so I go to punch out, and then I don't know what portal he put me in, but it put me in, it wasn't the normal punch in punch out screen. So I was like, so I log in, I'm like, what is this? What I don't know, I don't recognize any of this shit. And so then I asked him, I said, hey, wait, like help me. It's not like it's doing something weird. And he's like, well, I don't even, what did you do? Where did you even go? What do you mean, where did I go? You're the one who brought the freaking like login up. You tell me. I just literally logged in. You brought the screen up. And then he was like, well, I clocked out, so that doesn't sound like that doesn't sound like a me problem. That sounds like a you problem because I already clocked out. And I was like, no. You're the manager. I told you I need help punching out. You brought up the screen. This is the screen that came in. And I was like, are we dead ass right now? And I think he thought he was being cute and funny because I straight up looked at Mike and I was like, are we dead ass right now? And I'm like, and there's like, no, it's not a me problem. It's a you problem because you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'll stay on the clock. I'll fucking milk these hours. I'll get paid because you didn't show me how to fucking do this shit. And I'm asking you as my boss to help me fucking punch out because I couldn't punch out on the other computer because somebody else was having fucking issues. So then you had me come on this computer and then you're telling me now it's not your fucking problem because you're clocked the fuck out is wild to me. You shouldn't be in a position of management then if you're not willing, like, and to understand. Like I said, because I've been an ASM before I would leave my shift every day when I was going home at 5 o'clock, I would go to every single one of my stylists and say, hey, are you good for the day? Do you need anything? Okay. Hey, are you good? Do you need anything? Are you good? Do you want me to do this for you? Even like my closer, I would go to my closer and be like, hey, just so you know, I went ahead and threw all the towels from the washer to the dryer. So the dryer's already running. You don't even need to worry about that. Just leave them there. I'll fold them in the morning. I wiped down that bowl. So you have to do is just, I left that one bowl open for you. So you just got to clean that one bowl and that's it. Like I would do as much as I could of the closing duties. So that way it's less crap on my closer. And I made sure that everybody was good. And if anything came up, I'd say, here, everybody had my cell phone. You can call me before I left for the day. Mm-hmm. Like, homie just fucking punches out and just is like, well, I'm off the clock because my schedule says 5 o'clock. So bye, you guys. Like, are we dead ass? Oh, I get that you have a lunch break, but sir, you don't have clients. So why are you trying to like jump out of here? Like because I worked in a schedule where I had literally I worked in a salon where I had commission and I had client after client after client. So if I go to lunch late and I come back late because I can't clock it, like how our punch time system worked is like, it would not let you punch in. Like if you punched out for lunch, you had to take the 30 minutes. It would not punch you back in.
Yeah, that's how Target is.
It would not let you punch in before the 30-minute lot.
Yep.
And so, but I'm like, so if I went to lunch late, I'm not able to punch back in until 5 minutes late. So guess what that means? I'm going to be 5 minutes late to my client. So, but like working with what he does in his role with Mr. Crunch, sir, you don't have clients, especially because you're trying to go home for the day. You don't have anybody right after this. You don't have I mean, maybe you have like a doctor's appointment or something like that, but you should have planned better. Because the point is if you have 3 new hires, you should anticipate, well, let me not book something or let me not schedule something right after my shift because I don't know if something's going to happen. I'm going to need to stick around.
Yep.
Like, are we dead ass?
Yep.
And guess what? When you took on the role of as assistant manager, you took on that responsibility. So the whole that's not my problem is not even a sentence that should leave your fucking mouth as an assistant.
Yep.
It's just not.
Yep.
Because every problem that is your manager's problem is your problem.
And shit rolls downhill.
It does. And it's like, so if I'm having issues, if your new hires are having issues clocking in, clocking out, or they're having issues with they feel undertrained, or they have questions about something, it is your job not to sit there and be like, don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
That's not an answer. You need to like figure it out, find out, and help your fucking employee.
Yep.
Otherwise, like I said, you should not be in the role that you're in. Point blank, period.
Yep. Yep.
Even more so with what you told me earlier, with what happened with one of our other new hires. One of our other new hires had a medical emergency, and like, bro was gonna fucking clock the fuck out and go home and just leave her be.
Yep.
Like, are we dead ass?
Yeah, because when that had happened, I wasn't on the clock. I was waiting for a client. And then, he just ups and, leaves the front desk. And he's like, Mike, you got this? I'm like, no. I'm not clocked in. 2, I'm not a trainer. And 2, I'm going to clock in as a personal trainer. So that means I'm not front desk. And when I'm clocked in as a personal trainer, my only other person, she's super nice, been there forever. She takes it upon herself to check people in, this, that, and the third. But when she has a client, she ups and leaves. And that's on her that she helps out the front desk. But I'm not that nice. I'm not. Nope. Especially now. And there's been instances where, Veronica or my manager will even ask, like, hey, do you know how to do this? And he'll say no. But the one person that's been there that actually has the knowledge to do what she is asking, I know how to do 90% of the shit in there. Am I going to speak up and be like, oh, I know how to do that? Nope, because I don't get paid for it. So if you want to allocate your time, your resources to train somebody brand new, then that's on you. I'm not going out of my way for this place that has continuously done this to me time after time after time.
I think it's just so much more than that, though, too. It's just like I feel like being in a role of management, you have to realize that you're leading people and you manage a business, and it's finding that balance in that walking that line. And I think that he knows how to manage a business, but not to lead people.
Yeah, sure.
Because from what I've seen in the last week, I'm like, bro, you don't care. You care about the business. You care about numbers. You care about signing people on for memberships. You do a great job with tours. You do a great job being personable with new members and stuff like that. But like when it comes to the team as a whole, you don't. You literally think that because you're ASM, like you're gonna just like come in, clock in, and then leave whenever you want to leave, or whenever your shift's done. Like that's crazy. Like that shows me that I can't rely on you. I can't depend on you because you're like, oh, well, it's 5:00. I gotta leave.
Yep.
Because my schedule's set till 5.
Yep.
That's not how it works, bro. It's not how it works.
Yep.
I need to feel like I can come to you and I can have trust and faith that no matter what time of the day it is, if I text you, if I'm at work and something happens, I can be able to text you. Like I feel I have that faith in my GM, but I don't have that faith in my ASM.
Yep.
That's wild to me.
And again, too, and messing around with my schedule, I had an issue last night because he took it upon himself Thursday when I was done with a client to be like, oh yeah, dog. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and then he wanted to have attitude when I told him like, don't mess with my schedule, leave a note, and he got mad at it. It's like, well, the prime example is 24 hours later, there is now a scheduling conflict with somebody that Lani had literally texted me to fix the time slot. And now all of a sudden their time slot was off.
And keep in mind, like Mike has already told me he doesn't like people touching his schedule. And he had asked me to do him a favor and to like to move some people around on his schedule. And I sent him before I walked away from that screen. I took a picture of it and I sent it to him, and he said, "Yep, looks perfect." And I said, "Great." Closed out of it. Haven't touched his schedule since.
And all of a sudden,
and the reason why I did that is because I've worked with like schedules like that, obviously being in a salon. So I know what it's like when things get touched and moved around. People are like, that's not how I had it set up. So for on my end to save my own ass, it's very much so like, here are my receipts.
yes. But he took it upon himself and was like, well, Kelly said to do this. Well, Kelly doesn't work at the fucking gym. I do. And I'm the one that manages her schedule. So because of and on top of that, he didn't even book the right session. So this is what all boils down to. It's like he took this role for whatever prerogative he had. Cool, whatever. But he doesn't know what he's doing. And he's so brand new at this that he's just taking it upon himself to hold the management title.
I think it's an ego thing. I think it's an ego power trip. That's what I think it is.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's what it is. I think he needed some stimulation of his ego. So like this is what he wanted to do, is he wanted to be an ASM. And it's like, for what? Like honestly, I feel like V definitely jumped the gun on this one and got to like, I think what it is I think he pulled her and played the little world's smallest violin, and because she's very empathetic. She's a very, very empathetic person, and I think she felt for him, and I think she fell for all the bullshit that came out of his mouth, and was like, oh, okay. And I think he does a phenomenal job of kissing ass. I really do. With that being said, I think that he would do great in a corporate position, because he's really good at kissing ass and not giving a fuck about actual employees.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, I don't know. That's why I said I would never make it in the corporate world, because I'm too empathetic. I care too much about coworkers and staff. And that was my problem even when I was an ASM at a salon, is like I would want to do things like when I would want to reward, like when I had stylists that would hit their goals and they would like level jump like to a different tier for a leveling system. I would want to I would take money out of my own pocket and, throw them a party at the salon. And I got yelled at for that. I got reprimanded for that. I got told I wasn't allowed to do that. I got told I wasn't allowed to like reward them because, quote unquote, you're not going to, we shouldn't be rewarding them for things that are expected of them.
Yeah, I used to get that all the time in the Army, too. Why are we going to give them an awards for them doing their job? I don't know. Make it feel like their fucking time is worth it.
Yeah. Well, I'm a firm believer of like, dude, if you don't like positive reinforcement, like why, if you celebrate their wins with them by rewarding them with what, like buying everybody cookies, buying them a cake, buying, you know what I mean? Going, rewarding those, celebrating those big achievements, or they may seem small to you as a higher up, as a GM or DM or whatever may be up, the higher up you're on a corporate ladder, like whatever. But it's like, but for some people who started from nowhere, from the ground, the fact that they're like, being successful and winning, why wouldn't you want to celebrate that?
Right.
And you're gonna fucking reprimand me for that and be like, oh, well, that's their job, that's expected of them. It's not. It's just about like, they're gonna keep performing like that because they're being seen and they're being acknowledged, and like your efforts and you putting in the hard work is being acknowledged.
Yep.
It's not to say like, oh, everybody gets a award for participation. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that when you win, that deserves to be celebrated.
Right.
So, yeah, it's been a week.
It has been quite the week.
Yeah, but we're fully immersed in Aries season 2. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I like everyone's vibe. Everyone's kind of like at the gym. It's been good. It's been really good. And we still got people circling back around. That was an interesting conversation that happened at the beginning of the week.
Just wake up 3 a.m. Fucking, the rat saw my stories, and I was like, ew, gross.
You just have like a numerous amount of them. It's like I just don't understand. Like I said, I said in the last. I feel like I said this in the last episode, the episode before that, where it was like, if you're gonna go and you're gonna unfollow me, and okay, wait, I'm gonna crash out. Does he think that I fully am convinced this guy thinks I'm a complete and utter idiot? Like I'm a complete moron and I don't know shit. Because the way that you're like, do you believe your own lies when they come out your mouth? Like, cause like I said, all I smell is shit that comes out your mouth. Cause like, what?
Yeah.
Like, so he kept one of these episodes decided to keep circling back around, and he's like lurking deep within the sections. I don't even know what you call that, but anyways, I was like so I had told him, I had messaged him. I was like, sir, what are you, because he had reached out to me twice, and I was like, finally like, sir, what are you doing? And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what are you doing? You unfollowed me, you unfriended me, you unfollowed Mike, you unfriended Mike. So like, I thought the way we ended things was on good terms. So I don't understand why like we like let bygones be bygones. Like, why are you trying to circle back around back into like to be like, hey, how are you? How are you going? How's your night going? Hey, how you been? Like, for what? For what? Because by you unfriending me and unfollowing me, that tells me I'm going to match that energy. And that tells me that you don't want a relationship. You don't want to see me. You don't want to see my content. None of that stuff. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to respect that energy, match that energy. Cool. I'm going to go live my best life over here, and you stay over there doing whatever you're doing.
Yep.
Type shit, right? Okay, so why are you messaging me? And why are you lurking on my stuff? And he's like, well, I'm not. And I'm like, but you are. And I'm like, why are you going? It's not just my story. He will go on Mike's story and watch Mike's content. He will pop in the lives. And we can, when you pop in the live, when you view the lives, we can see that shit.
It shows you, yes. It shows you. You don't
even if
remain
you
hidden.
tap in for 2 seconds,
It'll
show.
And it counts as a view.
Yes. So, like, we have the receipts, sir. So don't sit there and say, I didn't do that. I never popped into the live. Like I said, do you think I'm a dumbass? And then he's like, well, no. He's like, oh, well, I still followed Mike. And, like, I was like, bullshit. Because he's like, oh, well, your stuff just kept coming up on my FYP. And I was like, so because my accounts kept coming, he's like, I see so and so and so and so all the time, and it just makes me miss you. Why the fuck are other people that I don't even have? I can understand if we all met together in one friend group, but no, like you never spent time with me in a group setting. It was always like, yeah, we hung out, we went on a date, and like that was it. You've never been around me and my friends. So why seeing some of my friends around and about, does that make you think of me? To me, that's a weird correlation to have.
Dude. So weird.
2, like,
that's like psychotic behavior. That means like he was like making up scenarios in his head, like, oh my god, like I miss
no, but
you.
that's what my therapist said. She's like, low key, it's kind of giving stalker vibes. Not gonna lie,
for real.
because like, yeah, like the whole like concept of like, he's like, well, I was just like, your videos, your content comes up on my FYP all the time, and it's like, oh. Does it though? Because just because it comes up on my FYP or on your FYP, why do you feel the need to go to my stuff and click on my profile?
Right, in the first place.
And then you click on I know you're clicking on my profile because I can see you viewing my story.
Yep.
That's wild.
Well, you
So you
think
think
I
I'm a
keep my mouth
dumbass.
shut.
And then not to mention, there are ways on TikTok and Instagram that I can see if you are looking me up. I'm not gonna divulge that here. But me and Mike both know how we can tell when certain accounts, there's certain ways you can tell if somebody is looking up your account.
Like actively searching for your shit.
Like typing it into the search bar.
Yes.
Like there are ways that we can see that.
Yes.
And sir, you were doing it many times throughout the last couple weeks.
Just the last couple weeks alone is the dead giveaway on how we know.
So to sit there and to like think I'm a dumbass and be like, no, it just like happened like that. Like, what is your end game here? Here's the thing, and I told him, I said, you take one step forward and 2 steps back, because not one during any of this communication, that this short, because I didn't even entertain that conversation for that long, because I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and play chess with a pigeon and go back and forth and whatever.
Which I'm proud of too. Good job.
I literally just told him, I was like, I just need you to stop, like, because like stop, leave Mike's page alone. You don't need to be on Mike's page for anything, because like I said, it's one thing to like, oh, I miss you, I wanna touch base with you again. Fine, me. You miss me. You want to touch base with me. You want to reconnect with me. So why are you on my homeboys page searching for me? Yep. That is the part that I don't like. I don't like that, and Mike doesn't like that. That's the creepy part. It's one thing to be like, I miss you. I want to reach out to you. I want to reconcile with you. I want to have communication with you. Okay, then I understand the whole you going to my profile, you looking for ways to reach out to me. I get that. But to go to my homeboy stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then on top of that, not once in the conversation did you, like, you wanted to turn around and be like, oh, well, I was just stupid and you're like an amazing woman and I'm sorry that my autism, like, just ruined it. Like, okay, so now we're going to self-diagnose ourselves and say that we're autistic. One, I take offense to that because my niece is autistic. And two, that is not taking accountability. And that's the last thing I said to him was, like, the lack of accountability in this conversation is wild. Because once again, like I said, I'm not going to continue to entertain and play chess with a fucking pigeon. I'm just not. Like, you should have started the conversation with, if you were true and genuine and you wanted to reconcile and have communication with me, a simple, hey, I just want to take the moment to apologize for my behavior and the things that I said and the way that I crashed down on you. And I completely jumped the gun. And I understand, like, I just want you to let you know that I've been thinking about you a lot, blah, blah, blah. Whatever bullshit, any other bullshit with an apology would have done just fine. And then just leave it at that. But, like, bro has to, like, didn't apologize not once, didn't take accountability for anything, and then just wanted to, like, play victim and then be like, I was like, the lack of accountability and your emotional dysregulation is crazy. And he's like, nah, no, blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
brother. Yeah, that's how all the conversations with these dudes have been. It's just like pointing fingers,
every single
deflecting.
One of them. Every single one of them. Like,
just
who fucking circles back around and, like, you're not even gonna circle back around with an apology? Because, like, dead ass, like, who circles back around and they're like, you've been on my you're on my mind. You've been on my mind. I've been thinking about you a whole lot. I can't stop thinking about you. But I'm gonna start this conversation off by saying some deflective shit. Like, I'm not gonna be accountable for anything. I'm just gonna straight up be deflective and be like, oh, it's because I have a disorder. Oh, I have a mental illness. Oh, because I have a. How about just saying I'm sorry? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
What? It's not that hard. Go back to grade school. A simple, I need to apologize for the things that I said, or taking accountability into being like, I'm sorry for how I acted, how I reacted, how I dealt with that situation, or blah, 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 blah. And then whatever you want to divulge. Oh, I never felt that way, blah, 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 blah. Whatever bullshit of, I'm sorry. Or you know what? Fuck it. Just say, I just want to apologize to you. I feel like I owe you that. That would get you so much farther than the bullshit that you guys circle back around with. Thinking about you, love you forever. Just thinking about you, hope that you're doing well. I just want to see if you were doing okay. I'm obviously, sir, you track my story and you watch my content, so you know exactly how I'm fucking doing. So why are you in my DMs being like, I just want to see how you were doing? You know how I'm doing. I'm doing great. Thank you. So don't, like, what? Yep. And then you want to turn around and be like, I don't need the drama. I don't need the drama. Sir, you are the drama.
Yeah.
You are the drama. Like, you're circling back around into my DMs with no apology because you owe me an explanation for being a full-time clown for the last month and a half, 2 months. So the small talk that you want to come in with is crazy, wild work.
Yeah.
I just don't. And I told Mike, I said, because it's Aries season, and it always seems to happen during Aries season where I'm like, these guys are going to start, like, no, unless you're going to circle back around with it, I'm sorry. There is no, like, I mean, like, and even then, I've seen what I've seen. I don't need any more slices. Because when you circle back around with bullshit, you're just validating the fact that I made the right choice in swerving
All it
you.
does is just build ick.
Yeah. And then the more ick I have, the more I'm like, bro, I'm going to end up blocking you all the way.
Yep.
Like, all the way blocked. It's gross. Stop it. And then you want to sit there and be like, oh.
Get help. Stop it.
I literally had that conversation, though, with my therapist. And I was like, if these men, they're like, if these men just went to therapy, there would be so much more to work with here. Because I'm not going to fucking draw someone's feelings out and be like someone's therapist to them.
Pull
and
it out of them.
Yeah, and then be like, let me ground you. Let me regulate you. Let me do, like, it's not, it just, when we're not even, we're not even we're barely a talking stage. We're not even a situationship. And you want me to be your therapist too? That's a lot. That's a lot. Because
Yeah,
what?
'cause
You
then you
took
end
me
up
out on
draining
one
yourself.
fucking date. You took me out on one date, so now you feel obligated to all 100% access to me, and that's what it is too. It's every one of these guys. You take me out on one fucking date, you buy me one fucking meal, and you think that you get unlimited access to me whenever the fuck you want, and the sense of entitlement that comes with that is crazy.
Well, she's always eating with her homeboys. So what if I just get her? No, that's not how that works.
No. The fuck?
But yeah, that's how it's. What, the last at least 2?
Just poke my eyes out, you guys. Lobotomy.
Lobotomy.
Oh. I legitimately just gave myself a headache. Legitimately, like right.
Do you have that
right
right
here? Yeah, no, but I have.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. But yeah, it's just crazy wild work, and I'm just like, I don't know. So, and it's like this, and it's, I don't know.
Yeah, because I even played, like, I tried to play the long game with this last lady I was talking to, and again, it just boiled down to, I don't like how close. Because I had mentioned, because when we were talking, this was like a 3-week talking thing, and I finally brought it up as soon as we were at.
Oh, I didn't know you guys were talking that long.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I wasn't going to tell you until I knew for sure.
Oh, I don't
Like,
care.
I took a page out of your book, and I was like, let me just see.
Well, I don't, and that's the whole reason why, like, everyone's like, oh, well, I don't want to be some, like, dude that's, like, in the DL. You're not. I don't have a problem hard launching a guy. If I got a man, I'll say I have a man. If I got a boyfriend, I'll say I got a boyfriend. If you were that person, I have no problem putting you out there like that. But if I'm gonna put you out there like that, and you're gonna be my man, and I'm gonna like it or not, social media, when I know that if I ever get, like, in a relationship, like, I'm going to lose followers. It's just, and it's not that I'm not willing to do that, because I'm not here. Like, I don't give a fuck. Okay, follow me if you want to follow me. Don't if you don't. But I don't have a problem putting that shit out there. But what you're not gonna do is me hard launch you to all my followers and to my entire fucking family as this is my boyfriend, and then 2 weeks later you decide to play Captain Switch It Up, and now I have to go and explain to everyone how we're not together because you wanted to fucking switch it up on me, and I look like a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Because I'm too grown to be doing that shit.
Just like waiting for it. I was just like, because of course, like it was going well. Like I had brought up, oh hey, like me and my homegirl were at B Dubs, and she like accepted it, and it was like, okay, cool. But then like again too, like so like we had gotten each other's social medias, and that's how I found out she had kids, all this other stuff, and I obviously was asking her questions based off her social media, but she clearly never looked at mine until it was literally, what was it, like I brought her up that one night we went to In and Out, and then the next day I don't know if she took the time to finally look at our stuff.
Yeah, it was the next morning.
Oh, it was the next. That's right. It was the next morning, and then all of a sudden it became an issue. Well, I didn't realize how close you and your homegirl were. It sounds like you're like trying to, you're in like an open relationship, or like you guys are just masking it. Whatever the fuck she had said, I'm like, no, she is just my best friend, and I explained the capacity of which how we became friends, and she was like, well, why don't you just fucking date her or whatever the typical like, well, why don't you just get together with her and just get it over with. So I was like, oh, you're one of them. All right. And that was that. So.
Wasn't she viewing your shit too recently, or was it?
Yeah, no, she was, well, both of them.
Oh, they both were?
Yeah, they both were. Recently it was her, but the other one has been on and off pretty much February since we went out to dinner. And she hasn't, she won't speak to me, but she sure shit will watch my stuff.
It's so weird.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like at this point, like, and she still didn't even pay for her other half of the ticket. So I'm pretty sure she was just like, I'm pretty sure like how we had discussed, like, oh, I See Stars is going to be at the Black Sheep. Let's go. And she's like, oh, yeah, okay. And I'm literally on the website buying the tickets at the restaurant. And that's how you and me operate. And I don't think it, again, it was like one of those scenarios. It's like, oh, you meant like we're doing it now? Like, yeah. Yeah. See, like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think that's one, like, I think that's one of the, I was talking to my therapist about that recently too. Because I was like, I think that's one of the things that gets me like hung up on the whole, like on Russia, is because Russia is like the only person, only guy, like love interest I've ever had that was literally about that life too, where it was like the whole, yeah, let's do it. What do you mean? Like I would literally just, oh, you know, like, oh, what do you want to do? You know what we should do? We should go, you know, XYZ. Yeah, that'd be fun. No, like literally, I'm booking it right now. Dead ass? Yeah, give me your ID. Dead ass? Give me your, like, I was like, I had never met anybody else that was like, because, you know, with me, it's like, don't tell me you want to go on vacation because I'll book a flight right now.
Right.
I will book a fucking flight right now.
Right. Yep.
And he's the first person to like match that energy with me. And so I think that's like a partly of the reason like it gets me like hung up on it is like, no, like people that like are that have that same vibe of like, oh, there's tickets for sale. Let's get them. Look, we got pit tickets right now. It's full send right now. Because everyone, I feel like there's just like, and I feel like it's kind of very typical of life of, oh, I don't know, I gotta see if I can get the time off. Oh, I gotta see if I can, you know, rearrange plans. And it's like, look, I will figure the rest of it out. Just get the tickets and we will figure the rest out. I will figure out how to get off work. I will figure out how to get there. I will figure out the hotel arrangements. I will figure out food. I'll figure out flights, whatever. I don't care. Just like book it. Because I feel like everyone looks, because if you don't, if you're not, like, if you don't give in to those impulses sometimes, you're just going to constantly make up excuses of why you can't do it.
In general. Like,
Yes.
that is just in general life advice, work, whatever it is, your goals, school, whatever. Yeah, if you don't just do it,
pull the trigger, lack of a better term, lack of a bigger term.
As we were just saying, we're going to go play in traffic before the fucking podcast.
I told Mike, I said, me first.
It's like, okay, well, I'm going to go grab a beer while you play first.
But I was like, but no, but like, even like, you're right. It does apply. It does absolutely apply to everything in life. Like, even when it comes to like going to the gym. Because I hear people make excuses all the time of, oh, well, I'm tired and I can't go to the gym because I have to work. I work all day. oh, I'm tired. I have kids and I don't have, I have my kids all the time and I can't get to the gym. Oh, I just can't. I don't have time to meal prep. I don't have time. I financially can't meal prep. I can't. That is the biggest BS, especially with the way fast food prices are now. You're gonna tell me that it is financially cheaper to meal prep, and you can meal prep in bulk, especially like than it is to go out to eat. If that's your goal, everyone's goal is different. You know what I mean? Some people want to do diet alone, and you can't. It is scientifically proven, by the way, that diet alone will get you to lose weight over exercise alone.
Yep.
So if you're gonna have to pick between diet and exercise,
Diet.
if you're trying to lose weight. But like the point is like I did that for years when I was heavier set. Made up every excuse on why I couldn't lose weight. I remember telling myself, "Oh, I'm just not my." I was a victim of my bone structure and the way my hips are. I'll never be a size 2 because I'm not built like that. And then when I got down to a size 2, I was like, wow. So I really gaslit the fuck out of my fat ass.
What had happened was.
No, I mean, but I think it's just making excuses. And I think that people say those things to you because they don't want you to like hate yourself and to see yourself badly. And I don't think people should hate themselves and see themselves in that light. But I think you should love yourself enough to not make excuses, to realize that you're making an excuse. And if you want to be fit, if you want to be thin, if you want, like, do those things for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like, stop making excuses and book the flight, book the vacation, go to the concert, go to the event.
Even go alone. Like,
yes.
good Lord. It's cheaper to go by yourself than trying to buy for somebody else. Like, dude, just go alone.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend, and we were telling her, we're like, 'cause she was like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm gonna go to the show. We're like, go alone. Sometimes it's nice to go to a show by yourself.
You don't have to worry about anybody. Worry about fucking.
Go get yourself a glizzy. Go to the merch table. Go find your seat.
You can take your time.
Mhm.
Yep.
You don't have to like be dependent on like. And if guess what, if you're done and you're tired and you want to leave the venue early, you can.
Fuck home. Yep.
You don't have to worry about like, oh well, well, you want to stay to the end of the show, so I guess we're staying. Like, no, you can be like, all right, well, my social battery's dead. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It's
Plus, if you leave
nice.
early, you can get to the merch table anyways.
Yeah, you can.
So.
Mm.
Speaking of merch table, Bill Murray.
He's so excited.
Oh wait.
Huh?
Magnolia Parks first.
Yeah. That'd be good though.
Yeah.
Dude, I hope he has that. Did you see his new Bill Murray release that new merch where it says
I want it.
So do I. I want it so bad. I was like, he
I
better
know.
have it on his merch
I
table.
want to get a 2XL.
I was like, I hope he has it as merch table.
Yeah,
For
because
the tour.
I want his camo one too. The
That'd be
camo one
dope.
and that one. But who fucking knows how hot it's gonna fucking be this year? Golly. Well, I'm gonna have a chance to wear it until next winter.
So it's cooler at night.
Yeah. Still about 40.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll it up. Put it in my backpack just in case. I have nothing but so all I'm gonna have is hoodies and leggings.
Well, yeah, now because your work uniform, all it is gym clothes.
Yeah, I got rid of some jeans and stuff over the week, and I was like going through my hanging stuff, like all my closet that's like shirts and stuff. I'm like, I have all these tops, like they're cute tops, but I'm like, I don't go to bars, I don't go out into clubs, I'll keep a couple outfits, but I'm like, where am I gonna wear that? To the gym? Like what? Oh, it's bedazzled corset tops. I'm like,
oh yeah, just rip a chest there. Fucking
it's all diamonds and rhinestones. Like,
fuck, that'd be funny.
Talk about a distraction.
That would be
Ma'am,
fun.
your shirt is too bright.
Oh yeah, funny, everybody.
These fluorescent lights.
That'd be funny.
Yep. I think I was telling Mike my theory because Bill Murray's coming up in April, and then one of the ex situations is supposed to be there too. People that we mentioned, but like one of the specific person, is supposed to be there, and I was like, I have a prediction that after he sees me at the show, he's going to try to circle back around.
Oh yeah, it's
because I
guaranteed.
think
It's guaranteed.
I think with him, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
And then once he sees me in person, because there's no way he's not going to see me because I'm VIP and we're going to be in the front
We're gonna be in the first. Yeah. Well, first in line, first to go in, and then front row. Yeah. Like there is not. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. Especially if you're anything like me, I like to get there early, despite being VIP or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know how both of us are. We'll be chit chatting with everybody in line, and there's no way he's not gonna.
We literally make friends everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna be talking to everybody. He's gonna be walking by. There's no way.
Yeah, I fully think that he's gonna be one that'll be like, "Hey, I saw you on Bill Murray.
I saw you at the Bill Murray show.
How are you?"
Or he's gonna make some sort of correlation of, well, I thought you didn't want to go to the Bill Murray show.
No, I never once said that.
I don't know.
No, he had already had. Remember, he had already had Bill Murray tickets
that were meant for
for his ex, and he was like, "You want to go with me to that?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, sure." And that's why I was like, I felt icky. I felt icky about it, about going.
That's what it was.
About going with him to the Bill Murray show, and I was like, I told him, I told him, I was like, I don't know if I want to go to that. It's not like I don't want to go to Bill Murray. It's that he bought those tickets not for me, not with me in mind.
Not for me.
Well, because they were bought with the intention of him taking another girl.
Yeah.
So to me, that felt icky. It felt icky to me, where I was like, ew, I feel like I'm like Timu version of your
whoever
ex.
it was for. Yeah.
It's for that girl. They were together for like 6 months.
Oh, brother.
So that's why I was like, that just made me feel. That made me feel a way where I was like, I don't like that.
It wasn't meant for you. Yeah, it wasn't meant for you in mind.
Yeah, so I told him, I was like, I don't know if I want to go because that's just kind of grosses me out.
I think he's gonna make some sort of correlation to that at some point, especially if he's just like that in general.
I don't know. I often wonder if he ever kept his tickets for the other things, because he had bought I think there was like a symphony up in Denver that was playing like, I think it was like episode 1 or episode 2 with the orchestra.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you watch the Star Wars movie and it like they orchestra.
With the live orchestra, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's
he had bought
cool.
He had bought tickets for that with me in mind, because he was like, well, you like Star Wars, so blah blah blah, and he's like, I thought that that would be fun to go to, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be so much fun, blah blah blah. It was supposed to happen, I believe, in January or February.
Oh shit! So it was supposed to have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, I wonder if he kept the tickets and he took somebody else, or if he like got a refund for his money. Knowing him, he probably kept the tickets and took somebody else.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I wonder if she knows that those tickets were bought with me in mind. Because the only reason, because I'm self-aware, and it's the only reason why I had found out that he had bought those tickets with his ex, for his ex in mind, is because I had asked him, because he had all these shows lined up, and I was like, so what do you do? Do you just like buy? Because it was an honest question of, do you just buy like 2 tickets to a random show and just find someone to go with, or like why do you? Because some people do that.
Yeah.
Some people do that. I know people who do that. They'll go to. Someone's coming, they'll buy 2 tickets and they'll just figure it out. Yeah, I've done that before.
Sometimes too, it's like, I have 2 tickets. You just want to drive there and you can just have the ticket.
Yeah,
like, I've done that before.
Yeah,
too,
many times I've done that before. Where I literally, when I bought my Martin Garrix tickets, I didn't have anyone in mind when I bought those. I literally was like, I'm buying 2 and I'll find somebody to go with me. It's Martin Garrix, 4th row. Someone's gonna say yes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like, I didn't have anyone particular in mind, so I had asked him. I said, "So like, is that what you do? Just buy 2?" And he goes, "Well, yeah. I mean, So he's like, so with that show in particular, I saw that the show had come up, and like I decided to buy the tickets, and me and my ex were gonna go together, and blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh," I said, "So you bought them with the intention of taking her?" He was like, well, I mean, yeah. because he was like, you could see that he could hear in his tone that he was trying. He realized, I think he realized in that moment how bad it sounds, and he was like, yeah, well, trying to like find the seams to like cut himself out of this like bag he just put himself in. And I'm like, I literally told him, I said, that makes me feel really icky. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, and then, because then I started questioning everything where I was like, okay, but like,
Oh yeah, like in that moment, it's like, well, fuck.
because he had brought up the cruise.
Oh, good point. Oh,
Remember, he had brought up the cruise in
yeah.
July that his
Yeah.
family goes on every year. They take a family cruise, and he was like, well, like, I could always, like, it's not that hard to like add you to the cabin and blah blah blah. And I was like, why was your ex? And I asked him, I was like, was your ex supposed to go? He's like, well, I mean, we had talked about it, and da, da, da. I'm like, oh my god. And so then I told him, I said, but here's the thing too. I said, you want me to go? First of all, sir, you fucking hate your fucking family. Well, not your family, but you don't have the best relationship. Like the things I've heard him say about his like father and stuff like that, I'm like, ew, that's not appealing. Like I get it. Go to therapy. I mean, we all have mommy and daddy issues. I get it. I've gone to therapy. I've worked on mine. I have a great relationship with my parents now. But like, sir, what are we doing? And so,
Yeah.
but like I said, like the whole like, I didn't like the whole fact either of him being like, oh well, yeah, just like fork the money, fork out $4,000, and I'm like, yeah, but it's like more like, and then having to explain to him because he's like, oh well, you could just like, because I was like, oh, what am I just going to go cruise without Rue? And he's like, well, you can bring her. And I was like, first of all, I can't even get that child a passport without her biological dad's signature. So like that's one whole piece that's complicated. Secondly, sir, I'm still paying off lawyer fees. So you want me to like fork out $8,000?
Yeah.
Like it's nothing?
Yeah.
When it's your family's, and this is my view, my opinion. If you guys don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. If you're gonna invite me along on your plans that you already have established, especially if they're your plans for your family, why the fuck would you think that I'd be taking money out of my bank account with my paycheck and my like to pay for me and my child to come along on plans that you already have planned that you already paid for? If you want me and my kiddo to come join you, we'll gladly come join you, but that's gonna be on you financially.
Yeah.
Because it's not something we planned together. It's something that you had already planned, and now that you want me to tag along.
Right. Yeah.
Why am I going to spend my money to tag along on plans that you already have pre-existing?
Right. Right.
Make that make fucking sense.
Yeah.
And then to even be like, oh, well, I mean, I guess you could bring her along. Why the fuck? Why would I go on a cruise
And
without
then why
her?
would you? I guess you can. That's.
But a lot of these guys are like that, though. Like, I just don't. I think, like I said, I don't think people fully understand my dynamic of my situation, like with my kids. Like, my middle and my youngest, like they go with their dad every weekend. Like right now, they're on spring break and they're with their dad for the whole spring break. But like, I have Rue full time. Like, her dad is not in the picture. Her biological father's not in the picture. My ex husband, her stepdad, like that relationship has fully disintegrated. So she doesn't even have a relationship with him. She doesn't go over there. She doesn't really talk to him. She sees him in passing, and she doesn't even call him dad anymore. She calls him by his government name. And so like, I have her full time. I am essentially a single mom when it comes to her. Like full time single mom. Like her dad barely, if I can get him to pay child support whenever he's not running from the child support system, he doesn't pay for insurance. He doesn't call, doesn't ask, doesn't try to like be in her life, has no desire to have a relationship with her. So like it's fully on me with her. And that's why everyone's like, oh, we'll just get her a passport, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I could barely get the man to fucking sign papers to do all the like child support shit. Like, are you kidding me? You want me to have him fill out a form for, even when it comes to like trying to get her like, because she's obviously because of all this, she's having like some some stuff has come up with her, and she was trying to get her into therapy so she has someone safe to talk to, because I know like I'm her mom and I can only like, yeah, it was, oh, you're her mommy, you should be enough. Yeah, okay, but I was also, middle school is hard. I was 11 and 12 once, and I remember that, and I went through a hard time, and sometimes I felt like my mom, my dad just didn't understand it and didn't get it. And it's also like, because me being her mom, I'm biased and I just want to go and like I want to like beat everybody up for her. So it's nice having somebody to talk to who doesn't have a biased perspective. So I get that. So like, but part of that is like, because her biological father's on her birth certificate, I need his signature to do anything until she's the age of 12, because in the state that we're in, at the age of 12, she can consent for herself. But like, that's all like loopholes I have to jump through to do anything. And it's so, like, knowing what I know now, I would have never put his name on the birth certificate, but I thought I was doing the right thing at that moment and giving him the benefit of the doubt that he was going to step the fuck up. And boy, was I wrong. But I mean, that's on him. Um, yeah, because I still have to go, because eventually we're gonna go through the process of changing her last name to my name, and that's gonna be a whole process too, because I have to like give him a notice, like I have to serve him legal documents saying like we're, so he's able to like go to court and contest it and all this stuff, and it's like. Like, let me get done paying off one legal fee before we start off another legal adventure, okay?
For real.
But like, I just don't think these guys get it when they're like, "Oh yeah, you're a single mama. What does your like co-parent dynamic look like?" I'm like, "Oh, I mean, I co-parent just fine with my ex, but that doesn't include Rue." Like, when I talk about co-parenting, like I don't talk about like, that's my middle and my youngest. Like, we co-parent great. He picks up the girls every weekend. He does his time. All that's fine. We communicate great. Co-parent great. There's no beef. There's no animosity. There's no whatever. I mean, of course, we have our tiffs here and there, like normal co-parenting relationships. Like, we're obviously not going to be like best fucking friends. Like, let's go out to dinner and hang out. But like, we try to always make sure that we put the kids first. But when it comes, Brew is not included in that equation, because her relationship with her stepfather, like I said, has dissolved, and then her biological father has nothing to do with her. So like, she's like, she's just like, bless. And I told my dad, I said, bless my dad's heart, please bless it, like literally, because he's like pre-diabetic, and I had to get on him this week about all that too, because it's like, he is the constant in her life. Because, and I told him, I said, I know that you're just her grandfather, and I know that that's like, I'm asking you to step into a role that is not yours to fill, but like, I don't have anyone else. And she really leans on you to be that father figure. She really does. Because my father, unfortunately, is the only consistent male influence that has ever been in her life.
Yeah.
And I think my dad is finally coming to terms with that. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, I told him, I said, I know, but this is why she gets so territorial with my dad, especially when it comes to like her sisters, not less about her sisters and more so about her cousins. Like, when it comes to her cousins, like, it's her, Rue's very much like, well, grandpa favors them over me, blah, 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 because I had to explain it to my mom and my dad. I was like, well, if you look at her from her perspective, they have a dad that they get to like spend time with all the time. They live with their dad and their mom, and they're married, and so her cousins get both a mom and a dad that's active and present in their life. And then on top of that, they still get to come over to grandma and grandpa's house and get both grandma and grandpa's attention, and all of grandpa will go and buy them treats and snacks and whatever. And like, what does Rue have? She just has grandpa. She doesn't have anybody else. She doesn't have a father to do that. She doesn't have a father that's going to help her with homework. She doesn't have a dad that's going to like go and take her out to ice cream. She doesn't have any of that.
Sure. Yeah.
And and I know this for a fact because she's told me, she's like, I don't understand, Mom, how like, because especially when Father's Day comes around, she gets super depressed because she's like, how come everybody else has a dad that wants to try? How come everybody else has a dad that wants to be there for them? But like, why am I not enough? Yeah. Why doesn't anyone want to be there for me? Why doesn't anyone try to show up for me?
Yep.
And it's like heartbreaking because like those are, I don't have an answer to that, because like, because I know who she is, and I think she's a cool kid. I think she's badass. I think she's like the sweetest, most empathetic, like caring, big-hearted person I've ever met and I've ever known. And so like I don't understand why anyone wouldn't want to be in her life. But I don't have, and those that honestly, it's not my responsibility to answer those questions for these men that don't want to fucking show up.
Yep.
And I think that's part of the reason why like I had to work through a lot of that in therapy about like not having resentment towards my ex-husband because he chose to step in the role and play fucking house and play daddy and then decided that he didn't want to do that anymore and then fucking retracted it. He did that shit before we even went through a divorce, by the way. That was actually one of the main things that made me want to get divorced from him was the way that he was treating her. Because I refused to stay with a man that was gonna fucking walk around in a home that we built together, that we were building together, and try to treat Rue differently and less than. And I told her that. I said, I will always pick you over anyone. Any fucking man, I will always pick you over them.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't
Absolutely.
deserve that.
Nope.
But yeah, like back to the basis after I is like I just don't think these guys get it though, and they're like, oh yeah, they want me and they know that I'm a single mom, but they like, oh yeah, single moms are hot. You got fruit snacks and Capri Suns. Yes, I have both those things, but you know what comes with that? The responsibility of having kids.
Right.
Do you know what that means?
Right.
It means that I'm not going to go on vacation on a fucking cruise in the middle of July for a whole ass week and not take my fucking kids. Or
Right.
at least Rue, because my
Right.
other kids will be with their dad. But I'm
Right.
not going to like, okay, Rue, have fun at home, Grandma and Grandpa. I'm going to go live my best life with my boyfriend over here. Okay, bye.
Right.
What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, because that's going to be fucking great for some abandonment issues.
Right.
Solid. I don't understand that whole mind concept. Like, what the fuck? Like, why, why, why? Like, why would you, he has a kid. That's what I don't understand. It's like, how would you feel if you're fucking, if you're the mother of your child was like, oh no, you need to take her because I'm not even like that. If she took her, your guys' child, took her to her parents, dropped her off for a week and said, I'm glad I don't have her that week because I'm going on vacation with my new boyfriend. So bye. You're going to tell me that you wouldn't be pissed the fuck off is crazy that you would even approach me with that idea. Knowing that you have a child and if the roles were reversed, you'd be just as upset.
Pissed. Yeah, you'd be pissed. Yeah.
So, like, make it make sense.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I would just like for once, like, I'm not saying that, like, because I'm very, like, very protective over Rue. I don't let random guys come around. But it's like, but if you're going to be planning stuff for, like, a year to two, year out, 6 months out, whatever, and you're not going to be including the thought of my child in those plans, it gives me the fucking ick. Because that means you're looking at the future and you're not including my kid in it. You're just seeing me. You're
Right.
not seeing
The
the
superficial
fact that
aspect.
I come with all of that too.
Yeah, it's the superficial, like, ew, I want to bag the unbaggable. Well, the unbaggable also includes XYZ, ABC, 123, UPS, and FedEx. Like, all of it.
Oh, that's the whole thing too. People are like, oh, these guys, oh, can I call you? No, you can't call me. My kids are asleep.
No. Not you. Yeah.
Because, like, Hannah doesn't always sleep through the night all the time. So it's like, bro, like, why did you sleep like shit? My kids were up all night, bro. What do you think? I was out fucking partying all night. That's why I slept like ass, because I was just throwing them back, throwing ass, blah, blah, blah. Like, I got fucking 3 kids. What do you think I'm doing at night, Monday through fucking Friday? Like, I'm up all night. Like, last week, I think I only got like 2 hours of sleep at one night because
Yeah, you told me.
Nico woke up and she had a nightmare, so I had to put her back to bed. And then my youngest decided that she was going to, like, wake up and just be like, you know what? It's a party. So then we had to throw Bluey on. I had to throw Bluey on the TV so I can go put the other one back to bed because she had a nightmare. And then meanwhile, I'm like, everybody be quiet because I don't want you to wake up your older, break up Rue. And I'm like, And then I had, of course, the dog. The dog was like, "Oh, you're up. I gotta go outside." And I'm like, "All me. It's all me." It just happens. It's part of being a mom, though.
Yeah.
You know what the sad thing is, though, is like even when I was married, though, like he never got up in the middle of the night. It was still always on me. He slept
Yeah.
through all of that stuff when that stuff would happen. Like
Yeah.
when the kids would get up in the middle of the night and they get sick and they would throw up, and I'd have to like put the sheets in the washer, change out sheets, wipe, get him wiped all down and calm the tears, and the whole drama aspect, and he would just sleep through all of it, and I was just like, and then it would be like the whole, well, why are you sleeping in so late? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because even when I was married, even at like my worst, I'd still get up with her and do all of that shit. Like the boys had a nightmare, and she'd have to be up at 5 to go open the CDC. I'd like, nope, I'll go take care of it. And me taking care of it was bringing the youngest to our bed, to our bedroom.
Dude, I'd be like that sometimes. It'd be so crazy sometimes. I'm like literally like, I don't
Just
get,
come
just
with
get in the get in the covers.
Well, then she'd roll over and be like, "You brought him in here." I'm like, "Yeah."
They're sleeping, we're sleeping.
Yeah,
That's how that works,
yeah.
okay?
Yep.
No, because I've done that too before. We're like with Nico when she's just like,
Yeah, or just
it's just
sometimes
like, you just
her
got
youngest,
to.
would just be so unconsolable. The only way to calm him down would be like, okay, well, let's go see mom. And yep, he'd knock the fuck out because she was right there. I'm like, cool.
Mm.
But yeah. That's what I'm saying too. You sent me that TikTok and I'm like, oh, that's Hannah. It's like, or something, and I defended her, and you're like, not you defending her. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think I sent you a Snapchat. Is what it was.
Oh yeah, that's
It was a Snapchat.
that's what it was.
I don't remember what she was doing.
It was like, oh, not my sweet angel, and
She
you're
was
like,
being ornery, and I sent a snap to Mike, and he was like, "Not my sweet angel baby" or something like that. And I was like, "Not you fucking defending her? What the fuck?"
I was like, yep.
Like I'm pretty sure that that she works for a terrorist organization. I'm not sure which one yet, but
Yeah, whatever one emerges.
she'd be keeping me up all night. Like, I'm doing my part, wearing my mom down. No, I mean she's getting better. She's sleeping better at night
Good.
slowly. It's just like every now and then she'll have those nights where she's just like, DJ, spin that shit, and I'm like, what
The
is happening?
The zoomies. Yeah.
Then I
Mike,
just,
come save me, or Mike, come get these kids. And I'd say, bet, let's fucking go. Hell yeah.
that's when he knows I'm overstimulated.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm
fuck
like,
yeah.
Michael, come get these kids. He's like, you're overstimulated. I'm like, I'm
yeah.
hiding in the bathroom right now.
Yep.
I got one in the tub and I'm hiding in the corner. Hopefully the two older ones won't hear me.
Speaking of Rue, I'm bringing her next week to the El Gimnasio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Get her
So.
oldest.
Get her.
Well, good thing Monday's a leg day. Speaking of.
Yeah, I probably won't bring her. Ooh. Excuse me. I probably won't bring her Monday because I have to work. So
Oh, shit. Yep.
I'll probably bring her Tuesday though. Tuesday and then possibly Wednesday. Or I don't know. I might coordinate with my mom because like if we lift, like I might have it. I can bring her with me. We can lift, and then I can always have my mom pick her up.
Because, yeah,
Figure it
Monday,
out.
too, I have my two clients now, 8:30 to 9, 9 to 9:30. So
Yeah, I
Monday
think
was
I'm-
the day I was going to meet you at the gym.
Yeah, because I think I work at afternoon, evening. Yeah, same time.
What, 2?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, yeah, that'll work out. Yeah, so do you want me to just meet you there, obviously?
Mhm.
Yeah, same time. Same time, same place. Because then we can actually go get food and sit down somewhere.
I mean, I feel like this week was kind of crazy too because we just had like meetings and then our
The
schedules. And
hodgepodge
it was
of the
just like
schedules.
it literally
is
was like we just
oh
squeezed our
my
lift in
God.
wherever we could.
Yes. Yeah. because we ran the risk a couple of times of like we're not gonna have the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week was just chaos.
Yeah, hopefully this week will go a little bit smoother, and also too, I don't have to like be gone by a certain time or whatever because the younger ones are they don't have school, so it's because they're on spring break, so it's a little bit easier because I don't have to. My schedule's more flexible when I don't have to worry about picking them up by a certain time.
Right.
So
So more opportunity for streams.
we'll see. I also have Rue still, so
Well, I meant like the co-host.
oh yeah,
That's what I meant. Yeah. Not necessarily being over here,
Yeah.
but like the co-host streams. Yeah.
C.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
C is for cake.
Why are we bringing up cake?
I want cake.
A donut.
I want a donut. Dude, don't even joke about that because was like low key. Like, I was like, you know what sounds good?
That cheesecake shit that I left in the fridge.
Dude, I literally last night was like, I bet you he left it in the fridge.
I did.
And I was going to be like, text Tanner, tell him not to throw it out. He probably threw it out.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
No.
Because we go in tomorrow.
Yeah, we can snag it tomorrow. Because what? You're working tomorrow, right? Yeah. And it's in the morning?
Afternoonish. Yeah, afternoon.
But yeah, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure out the schedule. I think once we start working more, we'll figure it out. It'll come naturally.
Same shit.
'Cause that's what I was gonna tell you too.
Huh?
I know we're planning on Chicago, but I wanted to bring Rue.
Chicago?
I wanted to bring her anyways. And that whole thing was like, oh yeah, I should probably just tell you. But we should, if we go, if we plan it, because that would be fun for her too.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
She's what? How old are your nieces?
12 and 8.
Oh yeah, see, she's the same age as your niece.
Sophie, yeah.
Yeah.
They're into a lot of the same stuff too. Because both of them are nerds. They like Pokemon. They like anime.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah, they have a ton of Pokemon cards.
You want to trade?
Yeah, they have a ton of Pokemon cards. Yeah. Because what company is your Star Wars bag from?
Loungefly.
Yeah, so they both have like Pikachu lounge flies that I got them for from GameStop when they had them. And then I got Izzy R2D2 lounge fly.
Ruthie wants a lounge fly, but I was like, girl, you barely take a shower. What, I'm going to give you a lounge fly bag? Heck.
Oh,
no.
Sarah doesn't let them take them anywhere outside the house.
No.
It's like, nope.
I told her, I said, I will get you one when you show me some responsibility, like just a little bit. Because those bags are like.
It was $300 a bag.
They start at, if you can get them clearanced, like $75.
Oh no, I got those brand new. Like they were $300.
And it's depending on the one.
Out of GameStop,
bro. Because like I think that was on Poshmark. Was the Kingdom Hearts one that I want really bad. It was like $150. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure, especially if they don't make them too.
No, they were limited edition.
Yeah.
I missed the drop on them.
Damn.
And I've been trying to find one ever since.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's the blue one.
She's pulling it up on her phone.
Yeah, it's this one.
Oh, yo,
Yeah, see,
that's sick.
125, 120. Isn't that sick? This
Hell
one's on
yeah.
eBay.
Damn. That's actually pretty sizable too.
Yeah. No, it's the same size as my Darth Vader one.
Oh, I don't know why it looks bigger there.
No, it's just the way they do
They
it.
took the picture.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because that got released when C was in Disney, and I asked her to go look to see if she could find it at the Disney parks because they were out of stock online, and she said no. She even asked people, they were like, no, they never got them in at the parks.
Damn.
So I was like, dude, those things probably sold out online before they even reached the parks. But isn't that so? I want this bag so bad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Some days I get impulsive, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna pay the $120. But I'm like, because I'm like, the part of me's like, yeah, but then you would never wear it. I'm like, yes, I would. I would wear that thing everywhere. But that would be the bag that never touches the ground. Like, I would hold it in my. But
Well,
like, isn't that a cool bag?
that actually is cool.
It's so cool. I want it. I want
It's so cool.
I want it.
Huh?
Yeah, they have like a bunch of resellers have them like 125. Yeah, but maybe I will just pull the trigger.
Dun, dun, dun,
You know, actually, I think there's a TikTok shop that resells Loungefly bags. I wonder if they have them for cheaper. Should go
Oh.
look. There's a couple of sites that do that. That's all they do is they literally resell Loungefly bags.
Huh.
But they're not like super overly priced. They're not like scalpers. They just like I don't know how they get their shit, but they're not like they're actually. I got like a couple of bags from them before. I have one that's Rex, the Party Source Rex.
Yeah.
I have a little crossbody bag
Shut up.
that's green. That's his face.
I didn't take it.
It's cute. I should show you it. It's really cute. It's really small though. I got it with the intention because I don't want to take my big backpack to concerts.
Oh, sure.
That was before they did the clear bag policy. So I bought this small little thing because it literally just fits my cell phone and my wallet. Because I was like, oh, it's perfect like little concert like crossbody.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bulky, it's whatever. It just fits right across. And then they're like, then all the venues started going to clear bags, and I was like,
They bought this for nothing.
well, no, it's still cute, but
Yeah.
like I'm like, where am I gonna like?
Right.
Let me take that too.
Taking it too.
Thought about like because it has like I don't know. Figure it out.
Type shit.
Because I could technically just put it on my bike and just like have it on me.
Oh,
as my
yeah, you
backpack.
could. Yeah, you could.
But I also have like a leg bag.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like wondering. I was like, I think it could unclip, and I wonder if I can clip it to my leg. I'm over here like theorizing stuff. I'll have to look at it. I'm over here like, well, maybe,
Maybe.
that'd be cute. But yeah, because it's green too, so it'd match my bike.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
But alrighty, you guys. I think that's it for this one. Unless you had anything else you wanted to add to it.
Being a dweeb.
You need to go take some ibuprofen. I have a headache. I'm dead ass. I gave myself a headache, you guys. That whole shit.
Oh,
like,
still.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I need to like.
She overstimulated herself talking about situations and things, and she was like, I gave myself a headache. I'm like, yeah, just that thought process listening to that was giving me a fucking headache.
These mother truckers be stressing me out all the time.
For
I'm like,
no
for no
reason.
reason.
And the thing is, too, like,
Relationships
it
are
just,
supposed to be fun and easy and not like people are complicated. Relationships are easy. People are the ones who complicate
it
everything.
is the people, indeed. And it's always, too, and it just goes back to the story. It's like, or just goes back to the point. It's like, dog, just a simple note of accountability. It would just be like,
That's it. That's it. Just be accountability will get you so fucking far with me.
but again, it just takes the person who's willing to just accept that they were wrong. And nobody in this day and age, because it goes back to, you sent me countless TikToks and reels about this thing. It's just like, in today's day and age, whether it be social media or whether it be somebody's own ego, it's just people just don't want to show that vulnerability anymore. People would rather just throw something away than just have to take the internalization to fix it.
Yeah, because accountability takes vulnerability, and it takes like it's hard. Being vulnerable is hard.
And again, it takes just minimal effort to work on yourself to get to that point of accountability. But nobody wants to do that because of egos, pride, whatever it is. Because it's just easier to just, okay, fuck them, and just walk away.
Well, I think it's always the same mother truckers too that are like, I value my peace. No, it's that's not that you value your peace and not that you don't want the drama. It's that you don't want to be accountable.
Right.
Point blank. Period. Because if you valued your peace, you valued your I don't want the drama. I don't value my peace and my quietness. Then you would have never circled the fuck back around.
Right.
You would have never even like the moment This is why I'm trying not to crash out again because I'm like, this is why I always tell people that like people like guys that are like interested in me or come off like they're interested in me. I'm very open and transparent about, you know what? I have a podcast. And then usually I'll be like, I will double back with that. Like, did you ever watch my podcast? No, I haven't watched it yet. Go fucking watch it and then come see if you still want to if you're still interested and you still want to come entertain this. Because I'm very transparent about that shit.
She is, yeah.
Like,
I'm proud of it, as you should be, though. But yeah,
but don't waste my fucking time.
Yeah.
And then sit there and be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
Sir.
Because part of valuing peace too is realizing when something's too heavy and letting it go. So like peace also comes in the form of accountability, because if something's weighing on you that much and you know that you played a part in it, apologizing it and releasing it to the other person will make you feel so much better. That's a part of peace too. But you know, there again, it's that internalization of realizing
I
that.
feel like it's a cop out.
I agree too.
I feel like that is the biggest cop out when people come at me with, I don't want to deal with the drama. I value my peace. I'm like, that to me reads, I'm a pussy who doesn't want to be accountable for their shit that they did and the way their life is. So I'm going to do is be fucking avoidant. Trigger now. Go. Like, that's what that tells me, is it's a fucking cop out because you don't want to face the facts that I'm holding this mirror and showing you. I don't like that shit.
Right.
I don't like what you did there. And you're being like,
the toxic one here. Like, yeah.
I don't want to deal with all this drama. Perfect. Great. Get out of my DMs then. Have a great one.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Well, you circled back around, sir. You decided to follow me. You decided to search my page up.
Yeah, not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times.
Because for the low price of free, you really could have just shut the fuck up and left me alone.
Yep.
It's a weird idea. Weird concept. I don't know. It's just, I've never had people be so much of like. The other thing is like, oh, well, you keep popping up, because he's not the only one who said that. The ass eater was like same thing, or he was like, oh, your content pops up on my FYP all the time. Okay, you know what? There's this thing called a block button. They invented it for a fucking reason. Yeah. If you click on it, it does this magical thing where you won't see any of my shit anymore ever again.
And that's what I was gonna say too earlier, but we kept changing subjects. But freaking. He knows how social media works. I know. He had a podcast. He had
I agree.
Multiple pages. So he knows how all of this works.
That's why I was pissed off, and I was getting I literally crashed into myself into a headache because I was like, brother, you full on think I'm a dumbass, don't you? That's where that's coming from, is the premise that he is very active on social media, has done the same things we done with a podcast, a YouTube channel,
all
TikTok, IG. So like, why are you acting like you don't know how algorithms work? Why are you acting like you don't know how this shit works? And you know that I know I can see you. You know it.
Yeah.
So then to sit there and say like, no, I wasn't.
Yeah, like.
Are we dead ass?
Well, yeah, that's that.
That's why I said, I was like, I think this guy fully like you're insulting my intelligence at this point. So I didn't reply because I was like, replying would be me playing chess the pigeon, and you're insulting my intelligence. So I don't have anything to say at this point because you haven't even apologized about anything. So like, what?
Right. Well, your homeboy says she doesn't like. Yeah, you fucking right. I don't like you. You fucking idiot. Like,
so why would you like him after everything he did? Why would you like him?
Right.
Tell me why. Why would he like you? Why would he like you when you crashed out on me because I didn't text you back in 3 hours because I was dealing with a sick child?
Yeah.
Why would he like you?
Yep. I just had to send him back his own screenshot though. That was fucking funny.
I saw my therapist about that. She laughed her ass off, by the way.
It's like, well, it's like what? It's like, brother, you're a piece of shit. Just stop.
Like I said, it's just like a simple I'm sorry.
That's it. That's it.
Can't even get that. Can't even get that from these guys.
Because you don't
I
necessarily
can
have
get-
to apologize expecting a fix, a solution.
No.
If you truly value your peace, that apology is for you as the individual. It's not for you. I'm not going to apologize for you. If I truly value my peace, that means this is bothering me so fucking much. I have to get this off my chest. So I don't care if you're going to accept my apology. I'm apologizing for my peace so I can finally live and go on about my day.
That piece right there. Because the way that he was trying to set it up was, oh, I can't stop thinking about you, and you pop up in my mind, and I just feel I feel like shit because of the way that I acted, blah blah blah. But yeah, but not once in any of that was an apology.
Anywhere in there. Anywhere.
So, okay. Like, obviously, maybe you should apologize. It might make you feel better. It may make you stop thinking about me so much. The reason why you're thinking about me so much is because you know what you did was uncalled for, and you were in the wrong. And I know that you think you know that you're in the wrong, but like, because you told me you know that you're in the wrong, but you never once were like, took accountability for it and apologized for it. So like, I don't know, like what, like
But yeah, I don't know.
I just think too many women are letting these fucking guys get away with fucking nothing, and so now they just think it's okay to act the way they're acting.
And that's like the half, and that's the thing with people expect you to find the Where's Waldo in the apology.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I did that. But you didn't actually apologize. Well, actually, I did. I kind of did. I kind of,
because I told you. No, but you fucking didn't.
Yeah, I'm not going to look for fucking Where's Waldo in your apology. You're either going to fucking own up to what you did, you're going to apologize for it, whether I accept your apology or not, and move the fuck on.
Yep. I fully agree.
But, you know, it's just...
That's like the crazy part too, is like all these situations, dude. I'm just like, I'm over here just living my life. Like,
well, yeah, too. I was catching shade the other day from our fucking gym vlog. These fucking 5 white nighters come out of nowhere between like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Was knocked the fuck out. And I'm getting these DMs from these random ass people like, you talk to your best friend like that? Let my best friend talk to me like that, and I'm getting the fuck up. Or like somebody else was like, you don't even realize how beautiful of a person she is, and for her to be sitting there and taking your shit while while she's trying to get her lift on is so like disrespectful. So I'm like, bro, are you trying to like invite yourself into the group because you don't go to this school? Like,
you don't even go here.
don't even go here. Like, what the fuck?
I just think it's funny that they feel like the need to tell Mike all that. Like, he's going to be like, I told Mike, I was like, is that like a way of like trying to like go through the back door to like get to me? Is that what that is?
No,
Like,
first of all, my back door is closed. No, but like,
because I was like, because I don't check my message requests ever. So I mean,
well, yeah, because I've asked her a couple of times, like, well, what are the DMs? Oh, haven't gotten any. Well, have you checked your requests? No, I don't look. I was like, oh, okay.
I don't.
I was like, oh, all right.
It just sits there. I'm just like, you can sit with all your other homies. There's Mohammed, and there's
Bob and Vagan.
Yeah. Oh, Eve.
But yeah, on all 5 of these dudes, well, one was clearly a troll account. It was username with a string of fucking numbers. I was like, all right, who sent you? But yeah, the one that was like, oh my god, you don't even realize like how beautiful she is in front of you. I was like, all right. All right, dude.
It's weird. It's weird energy. It's weird. Like I said, it's weird energy to be going to your page to do it. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't fucking.
But anyways, alrighty, you guys. We will see you on the next episode of Alani's Lore. As always, everyone, take care of yourself and be safe out there. Until the next one, bye.